Hello and welcome to Beyond the Scale, Weight Loss and Wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today.
Hello, hello. It is Coach Darcy here on this lovely Tuesday, and I am yet again by myself. We're gonna just, have a fun old time as I am here by myself. But if you would, I'm going to do this as well. If you wouldn't mind, and maybe you shouldn't, share this out today. Who knows what Coach Darcy is going to be talking about? Actually, in fact, I didn't even add the title. I added nothing. So you don't even know what this is about. But today we're going to be talking about keto as nature's reset. And I feel like we get into, and maybe this is just in my mindset as a coach, but I think it's so easy to see what the next new hot thing is and forget about the things that actually work. So if you, again, wouldn't mind, follow, share, share this out to your page. All of that is super helpful for us to get the word out. And so I'm going to do that right now. And usually this is the part where Coach Monica would, start talking and I could share. But we're just gonna take a moment and we're gonna take it slow because I like to rush through things, and it gets all chaotic and what have you. But yeah, today, it's summer break for us, and so we get some very chaotic schedules going on, and I think we just forget. We forget that there's a foundation that we can depend upon during the summertime. And and it might not seem like it, but it is a very sustainable lifestyle, even in the days when we're on vacations, where we feel like for us, we're at the ball field all the time now. It's like they vomited games out on us all at once. So that's kind of what's the summer's like. And then you've got your kids' projects and events where they need to be. We've got graduation parties. But the fact is we always have something going on, and it's never the right season because we've got wedding season. We've got now the holidays of the 4th of July. Then we've got the next holiday, which would be the beginning of school and vacations. And it's just a lot. So if you're using the excuses of, oh, it's not time for me, it's just a really hard season for me. Listen, my friend, it's going to be a hard season no matter what. You're never going to be ready. And that is something I'm going to speak life into today as well, is the fact that you might want to change. You might want to focus on your health. But it comes down to the fact of you're going to have to give up the things that you enjoy the most, which are those picnics or those gatherings of family or those, holidays that you go on. I feel like holiday is used for people over in Europe where they go on a holiday, which is vacation. So I don't know. I just went in that. Sorry, as I digress. But we're going to talk about today about the OG, going back to keto, as they say, but it's low carb, it's protein, it's fats, it's those types of things. So it is nature's reset. It is nature's Natural nature's reset. Naturally, nature's reset. That's what it is. People have hyped up the ketogenic lifestyle, even carnivore lifestyle, even the Mediterranean lifestyle. They put a label on it, and that kind of scares people because they don't want to change the way they eat, but they want to be healthy. They don't understand why, as they age, they are, their body's declining. They've got new ailments that are starting to arise, or all of those things. But I'm here to tell you, keto hasn't changed. Keto's the same. Keto's, the foundation. Carnivore hasn't changed. Carnivore has been used for generations beyond our ancestors, as well as the ketogenic lifestyle, as well as the Mediterranean. Depending on where you lived and you grew up, it hasn't changed. What has changed is the ideas behind what the influencers out there are trying to sell you. Because fact of the matter is, people don't know how to sell health because majority of people don't want health. They don't want to change. They don't want to eat healthy. They want to eat the normal. They want to binge eat ice cream and popcorn at the theater. I don't think you eat ice cream at the theater. It's been a while since I've been at the theater. But they want to not change the traditions of their modern family I don't know, what do you call them now? Reunions. Like I don't know. I'm just popping things out of my head. But people don't want to change that because we have developed our gatherings around food. It's not about socializing anymore because people have too many social anxieties now that they don't know how to talk to people. Let's be honest. But let's get back to this. I have notes because this is what I do. I digress and I get off tangents and on tangents and what have you. But so today let's talk OG nature's reset, and we're going to focus on how low carb living unlocks that potential healing that your body can do. That is the point of living this lifestyle. And unfortunately, here I'm going to go on a tangent for a second. Unfortunately, your question may be like, well, why is it that, we can go over to Europe, or we could go over to Spain, or what have you, and we can eat, and they eat pasta every day. They eat breads every day. They, do all these things every day, and they're not obese. They don't have problems. They don't have as many health issues as we do. Well, we could go down a rabbit trail, but our country wants us to be sick. I'm just going to sum it up like that. So, yes, we have to eat differently. Where we live, we have to choose different combinations and eat very similar to how they do overseas, but there's certain things that they eat, such as baguettes or macarons or things like that, that we can't eat here because it's not made the same. It's not from the same sources. So we have to focus on what the science that our body does, which is getting rid of the ultra processed foods. Step one, for those that have been watching us for a while, you kind of get the gist of, okay, yeah, that's right. No sugars, like blah, blah, blah. Well, the fact of the matter is keto works because of the science, and it hasn't changed because of the science. Our body still takes in certain foods in a certain way that it has always done. We just have to eat certain things differently. So anyway, so we are going to talk more in depth about understanding ketosis. I'm going to go back to the OG And I've said that several times. But again, I love being able to have my co-host, not co-host, because she's the host. I'm the co-host. But I like to have the host here to guide the conversation because, as my older sister, for some of you that don't know, she is my older sister, also my boss. Um, she just has a bunch of wisdom. She is able just to, talk and have no hiccups, where we're working on here, the hiccups. But I digress too much. That's my problem. So today we're going to talk about ketosis and the importance of being in the state of ketosis, but also getting out of the state of ketosis. We're going to talk about how, having chronic inflammation, chronic stress. If you are trying to live this lifestyle on your own and you're struggling and saying, oh, this does not work, we need to try something new, that might be the case for you. It might not be the case for somebody else because we are bio-individual, because keto works differently for everybody. Our sensitivities are different than the next person. And so when they say, oh, this doesn't work, well, you have not done enough work for yourself to understand what your sensitivities are and what works for you versus your neighbor. Your neighbor might be able to have all the dairy, where this neighbor right here can't have any dairy. So there's a lot of things to think about when you are going into this lifestyle and saying, oh, that keto diet doesn't work. It never worked for me. I ended up doing 5 days in the hospital, and they blamed it on keto because that's the only thing they changed, even though their health was in the state of in a state of declining for years beforehand. And then you decide to make better choices, and then you blame it on being healthy. I've heard it. You think I'm crazy, but I've heard it. I've heard it several times, and I'm like, I can't. It's not that. Anyway, so what is ketosis? In the comment area, if I don't even have my comment area up, so if you guys have been talking to me, which I don't know if you have. Okay, you have. Good morning. So in the comment area, I want you to let me know, what is ketosis? This is a quiz for you. In the comment area, I'm going to read them out too. Whoever puts it out, I'm going to put it on the screen. So this is going to be class participation day, okay? So get in there and tell me what ketosis is. And as we talk about this, why is it important that our bodies are in the state of ketosis? And I'm going to this is a great thing. This is the science that I'm talking about, and how being in the state of ketosis, it mimics fasting. You see, people don't blink, in a negative way when they hear the word fasting. Oh, I'm going to start intermittent fasting. Oh, I'm going to start doing this fasting thing. I'm going to, there's religions that fast naturally all the time because of their religion. Like, this is something that our bodies do. This is the science that our bodies, know. They know fasting, but we don't allow it to be in a fasted state because we're eating all the time. I feel like there's a stat, and I cannot think of what the number is, but it's a pretty high percentage of how often that we are constantly eating, how many meals. And that's including gum, y'all. If you're chewing gum, your body your insulin could be spiked from that gum that you're chewing. Okay, thank you, Gary, for participating. This is when your body, the typo, but it's fine. When your body is burning fat, not carbs. So you are switching your body from being a sugar burner into a fat burner. It's a different source of type of fat, where this fat, the ketones, is able to go up through your blood-brain barrier and go into your brain. That's where that whole clarity part comes in. It's feeding your brain, which your brain is super fatty. It's the fattiest organ in your body, and it wants the fat. And that fat is allowing your body to have just this clarity that it functions. Your brain and your gut, those two work together hand in hand. And if you're not feeding your gut the right things, then you're not feeding your brain the right things. And if you're not feeding your brain the right things, then your gut's going to be all messed up too. So they work hand in hand. Our bodies work together as a whole. We can't just focus on little bits and pieces of what our body's doing. So when you are in a state of ketosis, and you are allowing your body to be in the state, which is lower carbs. Lower carbs. Also, when you are fasting, you are you're able to get your body into a state of ketosis, typically. But if you're constantly eating the wrong things, it's going to be harder for you to get into this state of ketosis. And then get into the fat adaptation. That's another whole thing. So the science behind getting into the state of ketosis, this is why the lifestyle is called ketogenic, because the ketones are fueling your body. It is allowing your body to burn the right fats, to use the right fats as you are cycling through your day with food intake and no food intake. Our ancestors back in the day, they used to, hunt. And in between that, maybe they would gather, and then they would use every part of their kill to fuel their body. But in the meantime, they're not just snacking. They're not saying, oh, I really want ice cream right now. Let's stop through Dairy Queen or this joint over here that says they have ice cream. We're not doing that. Like that our ancestors are not doing that. So that is why they were allowing their body to utilize the foods that they chose. The maybe if they harvested some plant based things, then they would use those, and it would, it's all again, I'm going to say it a lot because it is the science behind this lifestyle. And then what are you saying? I don't have, okay. Oh, I'm not calling you out, Gary. Sorry. Anyway, so that is the importance of being in the state of ketosis. And by having the lower carbs, which is not eating the things that are going to spike your glucose, which then spikes your insulin. And in the presence of insulin, you cannot lose weight. People wonder, why can't I lose weight? I'm not doing this. I'm eating low, like I'm low carbs, or you think you are, but you're still eating that keto bread. I'm going to call y'all out. Those keto breads and the keto tortillas, those are not going to get you in the state of ketosis. Just saying. So back onto weight loss. So ketosis promotes sustainable weight loss by using those fat storages. It reduces hunger and stabilizes your blood sugar. So you're allowing your body to work in an orderly fashion with this lifestyle. It's not rocket science. It comes down to you're fueling your body the nutrition that it needs in order for you to get rid of this fat storage that's happening. And as you age, I hate to say it, yeah, you can go ahead and say, oh, I'm just getting older. I have this, what did Coach Monica say the other day was mini belly or something about mini belly, menopause belly. I don't know what it is, but and the dad's guts, all those things happen. That is insulin resistance, by the way. But you don't have to have that. You don't have to age and gain in those areas. That's not what we have to do. We are not allowing our body to do what it's supposed to do. And that's the science behind it. I just had to say it. Sorry. While you are in the state of ketosis and you are eating this lifestyle, you are going to see the reduction of inflammation. you might be sensitive in knowing like certain, if you go out to eat and you have, a grilled piece of chicken, but they are grilling that chicken in canola oil, your body is gonna know it. When you have taken all those other um, seed oils, the crap oils, the death oils out of your lifestyle, your body's going to know it. So it just shows you um, how your body adapts to the pains that you carry around all the time. So by reducing your carbs, by getting an adequate amount of protein, a great source of healthy fats. And when I say healthy fats, I don't mean the um, easy spreadable butter that you like because it's easy spreadable, or the vegetable oil because vegetable oil is not from vegetables. Um, you are, I digressed. I had a moment where I looked down and it all left. You are, focusing on avocado oil, um, grass-fed butter, and I say grass-fed because it's a better option. Um, the olive oil is a great choice. Ghee, lard, natural sources of fat. That is good for you. That's what you want to look for. And that is what your brain wants. They say, oh, your cholesterol is too high. Let's put you on cholesterol medication. What do you think that cholesterol medication is doing to your brain? And our bodies naturally make cholesterol. So if it naturally makes cholesterol, then why are we trying to make our bodies not have cholesterol? I don't know. So reduction of inflammation, that's where we're going back. So that is the healing benefits of this lifestyle. When you are focused on clean, focused on good choices, focused on not having the sugars, because sugars feed cancer, that those cancer cells that live inside of you, you are feeding those. It's just the ultra processed food that just we're on a good path though. And then the next thing, one more thing I think before I wrap things up, because I don't think I'm going to take a whole hour today because I miss my host. She's doing stuff, the important stuff. But so we're focusing on keto and whole foods then. So eating whole foods that's not ultra processed, that is from nature, God created, if you are a believing person, just natural source of food. We have things that look like something, but actually is not what it is at all. And we eat it and we don't know where it came from. And we're okay with that? Somebody told me that the majority of people are okay with not, of these mixtures and combinations of food choice, of foods and how they're made. And they're okay with it because it tastes good. So they don't care if it's made with, car oil, things like that. But yet they hurt and they are in pain and they want to lose weight, but they can't. There's a lot of things that you have to give up, like the taste of this scientifically made, I don't know, what are steaks now? Because science can make, or the scientists can make meat from not animals. Anyway, so focusing on the ketogenic with whole foods, and that is going to help you with healing as well, because you are not taking all of these inflammatory foods in on a daily basis. Now, here's why I feel like I'm going to go back to my ketogenic roots and when I first started. I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea what, what was in store for me. I just watched Coach Monica lose her weight and I wanted it. That's all I cared about was the weight loss. I had no idea that my body was falling apart on the inside I had no idea that binge eating my sugar, gummies and candy and popcorn while my kids were in bed at night was harming my body. I knew it was putting fat on my body, but I had no idea what it was doing to my brain, to my mental state, to my heart, to my gut. I had no idea. And now when I look back at those newer choices that I made and the old choices that I made and I compared them, I was bound to so many emotional issues and health issues that I could not escape from. So I would create masks for myself and make it seem like everything's okay. When in fact, it wasn't okay. I was not okay. I was not okay emotionally, mentally, physically. I was not. Trying to raise young boys, trying to be a good mom and do fun things and teach them at home and do all in housework. I was not okay. And I did not understand the choices that I was making was causing the problems emotionally. And I think that was where I then became the victim. And I've said that before in other podcasts where I played the victim in a lot of cases when I was younger as a young mom. And when I chose to live a healthier lifestyle and I was more so focused on I'm getting this weight off. I'm going to look good. When I didn't realize the thing that actually changed was I feel great inside. And I feel like the sun is shining for the first time and I am able to have these clear thoughts that I didn't have before. And I'm able to run without my skin flaps hitting me in the back of the head. All of these things changed for me, which then that mindset of just focusing on weight loss changed to I am empowering myself based on the fact that I am free from food. I'm free from the chains that food bound me to. And I don't know if that makes sense or not. But food choices, ultra processed foods, those events, those the sugars, the carbs, that all of those things bound me down. And I'm constantly still thinking, oh, I feel terrible today. I feel bloated today. And then if I felt good one day and I felt like, oh, I look good today and looking in the mirror, and then somebody took a photo of me and then I look back at the photo and they'd be like, oh, that's what I looked like. In my head, it looked a lot different. I felt different. But now and we talked about this a little bit in our group last night. So by the way, if you are interested in having accountability, if you are interested in being in a place with like-minded people, if you are interested in our OA, our Overeaters group that we have, or just our other group that is separate from that, we have those spaces available, which you can find those at ketomomcoaching.org. I like to spell it out. Anyway, but those at group the other night, I was thinking about how now I got to think about what I was thinking about. When we are living this overweight lifestyle or standard American, like we're eating the standard American diet most of our life, nothing's changed other than the fact that as we get older, the weight doesn't come off. The and I don't necessarily want to call it trauma, but the habits, the mindset, the struggles, all of those are imprinted, and the feelings, all of those things are imprinted in our brain. So even if you get to a phase where, it depends on how long you've been maybe overweight or have had, food problems or addicted to food or whatever it is for you, it burns a pathway in your mind that you're going to have to work extra, extra hard at to heal. So that is why in our practice, we are focused on the body, the mind, and the spirit, and the social. Because without doing all four of those, you're going to be lopsided and you're only going to be losing weight. That's all, if you don't work on the other ones, because then you'll get back into the cycle. If you're not working on all four, you're going to get back into the cycle of the weight loss cycle of like, oh, I messed up. I fell off the bandwagon again. Now I got to get back up. I don't know where that accent came from. Sorry. But you are now in the same cycle that you were in before. And when maybe if you are working on all four of them, and like me, I worked on all four of them, but I still struggled. That's how I know that it is a lot of hard work to heal from the feelings, the emotional status that you had before. Uh, uh, Maybe if you've had trauma in your past, it's a lot of hard work. That is, that the easy way out, the easy weight loss, it's not fixing all four of those. It's just fixing one thing. And let me tell you, the grass is not greener on the other side, because for me, I am still feeling like a 220-pound woman sometimes, especially when I am eating something that causes my body inflammation. Hold on. So just keep in mind that I talk about the healing process with the keto as nature's reset. It's natural. Your body's going to lose weight. Your body's going to do what it needs to do. But your brain is just as important as the rest in healing that. So empowering your self-healing is vital. It's going to help you with the mindset and of grieving those foods that we are no longer going to consume because they just cause us problems, because they just keep you going back for more. Scientifically, again, using that word, the food researchers out there have put combinations in foods so that you can't just have one. That's what they do. That's their job. They're going to use certain ingredients so you can't just have one. They're going to have you continue to have more and more and more. So you want to break free from that. And living a ketogenic lifestyle, the old school way, let me just say, because it hasn't changed, is going to break you into this freedom. Food freedom. That's what our group is actually called, by the way. So using keto as a way to heal your body from the inside out, there's nothing wrong with that. Going the easy way out. And it's not, some of those easy way outs are not actually very easy because you're going to go through some things, but a simpler way is just being able to eat a healthier. It's somebody mentioned it's choices. The choices that you make are going to provide you with success. Again, I've got a dry tickle spot in my throat. as I wrap up, I just want to say thanks for hanging in there. It's always nice to be able to chit chat with my sister on these shows. But my motivation words for you today is you've got to want it. If you're not ready to give up the foods that are causing you pain, that are causing you to stay unhealthy, that are causing you to have mental fogginess, insulin resistance, PCOS, if you're not ready to give up those foods, you're not going to be able to, excuse me, it's still there. Goodness, you are not going to see change. You might be able to, you'll still be in that diet circle. You're still going to lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. The point of keto is losing the weight and maintaining it and keeping it off long term. It's doable. Coach Monica's keto anniversary is June 12th. Now, she has been living this lifestyle for 8 years. This is her 8th anniversary. And a lot of you have heard her story and connect with her story. I did. I connected with it. I feel like a lot of us go through the very similar situations. Now, again, we're all different, but we're all going through similar situations where at one point in time, yeah, maybe if you have stood in front of a mirror and decided, oh, I wish that you could just laser all this off and I'll start off from scratch. I promise I will take care of it next time. The one bot, that's what happened to me. I remember that moment. Coach Monica remembers her moment where food became less important and her life in living to the fullest became more important. She no longer worshiped food. I no longer worshiped food and replaced it as my idol. I, as a faith believer, Christian, God believing woman, I used to use food as my idol. I went to that first before I went to my God, my Savior. And that is why I was in the boat that I was in, because I had food as my idol. And I'm maybe some of you would connect with that too. Maybe you tend to go to your ice cream when you're stressed out, or going to get a donut and binge eat your donuts because today was just a hard day. That was me. And that is no longer me, because I have been freed from those chains. And I hope that for other people as well. And that is why we stand firm with this natural way of losing weight, this natural way of letting our bodies heal themselves, because that's how God created them to be, to heal themselves. I didn't mean to get all preachy on you, but that's my testimony. That's who I am. That is what I do. Letting you know that there is hope, there is freedom, you empower yourself to take care of you, and that you can heal your body. It's not too late. So with that being said, I should just either not go with notes, or I should just, I don't know, just talk about my testimony every time. Maybe that's it. You can get really wrapped up in the science part, but I had to fit the word science in one more time. I'm just saying. So it's Tuesday, and now I've got to somehow get off of this this set here. I hope that you all have a fantastic day. When you are, hold on a second, always happens. When I'm about to wrap something up, something else comes to mind. If you are feeling like you are in a corner where your doctor's pushing you to get healthier or push pills onto you, if you are placed in a conflict of knowing whether or not to, take that GLP-1 or not take that GLP-1. If you have the mindset of, I will never take a shot to lose weight, I just want to lose weight and I want to do it in I want this weight off, this program is definitely for you. Like, we have thousands of successful clients that have lost hundreds of pounds, and long term. It's not just a short term thing. We have a lot of successful clients. If you feel like you're shoved into a corner and you don't know which way to go, and you're feeling trapped, I would just encourage you to make an appointment with, Coach Monica or myself. Ask us all the questions that you have, and we'll answer them. Is this for everybody? No, it's not. Is this for the person that is done being and feeling the way that they are in, with feeling maybe overweight, with feeling unhealthy, with PCOS, with the mental hiccup all the time, and you just want answers? Then this program is for you, my friend. And we are here. We've been there. We've seen a lot of things. We've walked our clients through hard times and good times, lots of good times. So just know that we have a free call that you can have, a 30-minute call that will just allow you to understand what will be best for you. And that, again, is at kmhealthcoaching.org. I don't know why I like saying that. But my friend, you're not broken. You're not broken. You're not stuck either. It's going to be hard work, but you'll know when you're ready. And in the meantime, I hope you have a fantabulous Tuesday afternoon. And we will, and hopefully Coach Monica will be here next week, and we will, talk to you all on the flip side. All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's Coach Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start of something.